What's going on, guys? Andrew Scott here with Elevated Web Marketing again, bringing you guys another tip video for increasing your sales leads, customers, and revenue in your local business using Facebook and social media. So today we are going to go over the 5 biggest mistakes that business owners make on Facebook. These are 5 things that I see business owners making all the time, and it's funny because Facebook and the internet in general is a tool, right? It's a tool for your business. But if you don't use the tool correctly, it's not going to get you the results you want. So just like a carpenter couldn't use a hammer to break a 2x4 in half, I mean, the tool's good, right? And there's nothing wrong with a 2x4. You just got the wrong tool. So if you want to achieve the right result, you have to use the right tool, and you have to use it in the right way. I mean, if you had a saw and you were just beating away at the 2x4 like a hammer, it probably wouldn't work too well, right? But if you actually use it the way it's meant to be used, you're going to get the result you want. That's the punchline here. Use the tool the way it's meant to be used and get the result that you desire. That's the punchline. Yeah, huge message. So we're going to be going over the 5 biggest mistakes business owners make on Facebook, so you can stop using the tool incorrectly, adjust, and start using the tool correctly to get the results you want. So here we go. Number 1. Huge thing I see business owners doing all the time is asking too much or selling too much. It's always book an appointment, get a quote, claim this offer, get this deal. It's just like saying buy, 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 and it just becomes spam. People tune it out. And people are gonna not want to follow your page if all you're doing is asking them for business. It's not what it's there for. It's not giving them any value. You see, business is just a value exchange, value money in terms for your product and service, right? It's just a value exchange, and it's the same in this way. Before you even do business with them, you're giving them value, whether it be educating them, entertaining them, or engaging them. And in exchange, you get their attention and you get the trust of them, so that when it's time for them to use your product or service, when they have that need, they're going to choose you because you've already given them value. It's just basic relationship. And when you just spam asking too much, when you spam just buy, 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 people don't respond well. It kind of hurts the customer relationship, right? How would you feel if you had this guy following you around all the time trying to sell you a car, right? Probably wouldn't feel good. I mean, it's that same kind of feeling. And it's funny because if somebody was in your store or in your office or whatever it may be, you wouldn't just be saying buy from me, buy from me, buy from me, right? So Facebook is an extension of human interaction. It's just human interaction via the internet. That's all it is. So if you wouldn't do that in person, don't do that on the internet, because believe it or not, even though you're looking at a computer screen, there's somebody on the other end who's getting that message, buy from me, buy from me, buy from me all the time, and they probably don't like it, just the same way that they don't like to be pressured, into buying a car all the time from some sleazy salesman, right? Same concept. So you want to nurture that customer relationship. You want to give them value so that they come to know, like, and trust you. They have positive emotion with you, your business, and your brand. So when it's time for them to need your product and service, or when they do, they're going to choose you. That's the premise of this whole thing. So make sure you get that right, and don't just ask people to buy all the time. It does not go over well. It's like a telemarketer, right? Like, what do you do when a telemarketer calls you? Click, right? It's just, think about it that way, right? Would you want to be sold to all the time? Probably not. So don't do it to other people. That's the take-home message. Another thing I see people doing is just not being active. So you don't want to ask people to buy all the time, but you also don't want to not say anything, right? You want to be giving value. You want to be educating, entertaining, and engaging people on your page. I thought this picture was funny. I saw it, and then I was like, I'm popping a Facebook logo right there. He's asleep at the Facebook wheel. So you actually need to be active on your page to give people that value and build that customer relationship in the first place, right? So make sure you're posting on your page frequently so people can engage with you. And if you don't know what to post, I have a huge list of 30+ post ideas that you can use for your business. It's just generic ideas that you can use to generate ideas specific to your business. You can get it at elevatedwebmarketing.com/post list. It's free. There's a link to download it there. But anyway, you need to be active. So make sure you're posting on your page. And number 3, having an incomplete profile. I see a lot of business owners have pages where they don't have a profile picture, or there's no hours, or like for their business on the page. Just like really basic things. So on your Facebook page, you need to have the base, the foundation. It's foundational. And as you see here, this house does not have a good foundation and it's falling apart. You don't want that to be your Facebook page. Remember, it's an extension of you, your brand, and your business. Is this how you would want your business to come across to somebody who just found your page? Do you want to look like a house that's all mangled up and not doing well? You don't want to look disheveled like that, right? You want to look like you have it together. Because people are making first impressions about you and your business, whether they know it or not, consciously or unconsciously, based on the legitimacy and how your Facebook profile looks. So if you don't even have a profile image on there, you don't have your hours, your website, email address, phone number, location, your story, like how your business came about. These are all foundational things you need to have in order to kind of give people that good first impression that they're looking for and that you want them to have, right? It's kind of like having a website. It should contain all the same relevant information, just like a website, actually. So get that in order, and then you can start building and posting on top of that, only when the foundation is solid. So that was number 3. Number 4, we have valuing quantity over quality. I see a lot of people doing this too. They get infatuated with the numbers, right? Oh, I have whatever amount of likes on my page, 30,000 likes on my page. Well, if those 30,000 people aren't people that are interested in your product and service, they're not your target customer, and they're never going to buy from you, and they're just genuinely not interested in your page. God knows how you got them there, using some, maybe they're, I don't know. Don't get caught up in the numbers. That's the point here. You want people on your page who are actually interested in your business and want to engage with you, and because they're prospective customers, right? All these people on your page should be essentially outside of like your friends and family and people who just support you because they know you and they like you and they trust you already, right? There's a key there. They should be prospective customers pretty much. So, I mean, if you have 30,000 people on your page that are never going to buy from you versus having only 300 people on your page who are really interested in your product and service and are interested in doing business with you, that's a lot more valuable, even though the number isn't as high. So don't get infatuated with the number of people. I mean, quantity and quality both have their place for sure, but you want a lot of quality relationships, not just even more non-quality ones, if that makes sense. Kind of like these two guys in the picture here. Who do you think's better off? The one with the brain who has one light bulb, who's actually lit up, or the guy who has a bunch of dead light bulbs? Don't have dead light bulbs in your brain. There you go. All right. Number 5. I don't know if you guys have seen Anchorman, but fantastic movie with Will Ferrell. I can't imagine you've not seen Anchorman. It's pretty famous. Anyway, it's a funny picture. So number 5, not caring about your fans. I see, and this is like the underlying thing, right? If you care about your fans, you're going to care about the quality of the relationships. You're going to care about posting on your page frequently. You're going to care about having all the relevant information on there so people can learn about you and your business. And you're not going to ask them to buy all the time from you if you really care about the relationship. Because if you do care, then you're just going to be so much better off, because no matter what business you're in the business of people, right? And as I mentioned before, Facebook and social media is just an extension of human-to-human contact. This is a human-to-human relationship we're having right now. I know you're on the other side of that little camera I'm looking into, and I'm on the other side of the one you're looking into, on the other side of the screen. We are engaging right now. It's just over the internet. It's not in person. But the thing is, I still care about you, right? I'm not just out here asking you to whatever, buy from me or do this or do that, right? I'm giving you value because I care. And when you care about your audience, it will take you far. It is a strategy that will never fail you. In fact, it is the best marketing strategy you can have, is to care about your customers and your followers and the people who pay attention to you. Because remember, At the end of the day, we are in the business of relationships, and the more and the better relationships we make and can establish with people who it'll help them come to know, like, and trust you and your business, right? And give them positive emotions and positive experiences with you. They'll feel more comfortable later down the road buying from you, and will eventually lead to more sales, leads, customers, revenue, all that fun stuff that makes the world go round, right? Because people buy on emotion. They don't buy on logic. They buy on emotion and then justify with logic after. It's really that simple. So if you can get the emotional aspect down by caring about your customers, and them in turn will love you for it, they'll be more likely to do business with you. It's that simple. So guys, that's all I have for the 5 biggest mistakes business owners make on Facebook and social media today. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm Andrew Scott. I will talk to you next week.